Who is Supreme Leader Snoke is a question that has plagued the Star Wars fanbase since before the release of The Force Awakens in 2015. I remember speculating after we got the first image of Andy Serkis in full motion capture getup about who this mysterious darkseid wielder was, who had a respect and yet still a hatred for the Jedi. And as Snoke had been built up as the main antagonist in The Force Awakens as well as The Last Jedi, I was utterly shocked when he was killed off around 3/4 of the way through Episode 8. And the mystery of who is Supreme Leader Snoke is still a major question, even leading into the rise of Skywalker and the culmination of the Skywalker saga as a whole. Even in the outgoing books and novels that are canon that have to do with Kylo Ren and even the Knights of Ren, we have little to nothing to do with Snoke, besides little hints and his darkseid training of Kylo. Even now, all we have is speculation on who Supreme Leader Snoke was and is. However, J.J. Abrams, when asked directly about Supreme Leader Snoke and the rise of Skywalker when concerning an explanation for him, he had something interesting to say about it, indicating that we may very likely get an explanation of who Snoke was and is in The Rise of Skywalker. Before we get into the exact quote though, I do want to remind you guys about the Cyber Monday sale on the Star Wars merch page. Every single item on the store is 16 to half off. So if you're looking for some awesome Star Wars shirts or hoodies to give to your friends or family for Christmas, be sure to check it out, as now is the time where you'll get the best deal. Now let's get on with what J.J. Abrams said when he was questioned directly about Supreme Leader Snoke, and if he would be referenced or if his backstory would be revealed in The Rise of Skywalker. I will say, without giving anything away, knowing this movie as an ending is, for me, infinitely more challenging than a beginning. We knew we needed to provide answers, and while there may be some things that are entirely demystifying by the end of it, we wanted to make sure people left feeling that they were satisfied. So I hope on a number of issues people will leave and feel like it's a true ending, and not an advertising ploy. We really are bringing it to an end, the Skywalker saga. So by J.J. Abrams' comments, it does seem as if we will get some explanation at least on Supreme Leader Snoke, although I would find it highly unlikely that we'll get a full explanation on the character's backstory and origins. It is possible and even likely based on these comments that we'll be getting hints at them, and that they will be fleshed out later down the line. However, again, he wants to make it satisfying, as JJ puts it. He wants to answer as many questions as possible for The Rise of Skywalker, which is an angle for Star Wars that I think we aren't really used to. Especially in this new trilogy, we're used to getting these big plot points and cliffhangers that aren't really addressed, but I think The Rise of Skywalker will be very different in that regard. And again, based on these comments by J.J. Abrams, he basically says, yes, we will address aspects of Snoke without revealing the entire character, which is fine with me, as long as they address the character and don't act like he never existed, as Supreme Leader Snoke is by far one of the most powerful Force wielders we've ever seen in Star Wars, as well as one of the most influential characters of this new era, so to not even mention him or his backstory would be absolutely ridiculous in Episode 9. At this point in the video, I do want to make it clear that what I'm about to discuss is a rumor and it could absolutely be false. Also, I do want to put a spoiler warning here, as we will be talking about potential spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker, coming from a pretty viable source in making Star Wars. So if you do not want to be spoiled about Snoke and perhaps the role that his character could play in The Rise of Skywalker, please click off the video now. According to Making Star Wars, Snoke's backstory may only be referenced visually a few times in Episode 9. As Kylo Ren first encounters Palpatine, apparently there will be vats of cloned Snokes where he actually meets up with Palpatine, indicating not the full backstory of Snoke, but telling us that Palpatine was the true puppet master the whole time. And again, that Snoke was in fact a puppet of Darth Sidious himself. Take this rumor with a grain of salt, but it would go along with exactly what J.J. Abrams is saying. Anyway, my friends, what are your guys' thoughts on this, and do you guys want to see Snoke addressed in The Rise of Skywalker? And what do you guys think of this rumor for Making Star Wars? Again, guys, don't forget to check out the merch page, top at the link in the description down below. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.